Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways that a Facebook business page helps you, even if you don't really use it and you don't use it for what Facebook wants you to use it for. Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. Today, I want to talk about a topic that some people have resistance to, and some people just think about ignoring, and some people don't think it's worth the trouble. Maybe you find yourself in one of those categories or another category that I didn't even mention, but basically, we're going to talk about the value of a Facebook business page. So before we talk about the value of a Facebook business page, I wanted to answer some questions that people usually have about Facebook business pages. And I want to give you a metaphor to think about so that you can kind of wrap your head around the value of the Facebook business page. So a lot of people ask, well, do I need a Facebook business page, or do I need a Facebook group, or should I have both, or do I need neither and I just do everything on my personal profile? So the answer to that question is in this metaphor. I want you to think about Facebook as a huge public building where people from the public come all the time and get information and entertain themselves and have fun and do things and buy things and find service providers and everything, right? A huge public place. And you can think about your Facebook business page as like a storefront. It gets you on the directory. So if you walk into the building and you look at the businesses listed in the directory, you having a Facebook page, business page, means that you show up on the directory. People can find you. You having a Facebook group means that you actually have a meeting space inside of that huge building where specific people who share the same interests come and meet and hang out and discuss and share things and learn things. So that's kind of the difference in a metaphorical sense between a Facebook business page and a Facebook group. If you want to be findable and you want to show up in the directory and you want other people to give directions to you, that's why you need to have a Facebook business page. If you want to have a space where you can teach like I'm doing right now, or you can share and everyone comes together around a similar topic, that would be a Facebook group. So you can decide if you need a Facebook group in addition to a Facebook business page. But if you have a business, I definitely think you should have a Facebook business page. And why even have this Facebook business page if Facebook doesn't show it to people? It doesn't show up in people's feeds unless you buy ads or unless people are looking for you and they stumble across your business page. Why bother having it? So that gets into the value. If you have a Facebook business page, people can see your employer. And if you list it as your employer, that's a little tip there, then people can see what you do when you're in a Facebook group. So if you are hanging around in a Facebook group, maybe a neighborhood group, maybe an entrepreneurs group, maybe a business brainstorming and tech tips group, and you comment and you give an answer to a question, or you ask a question and someone else thinks, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's the same question that I have. When we hover over the person's profile, the stranger who we're in a group with, we can see their employer if they have it set up that way on their personal profile. And then we can see what this person does. So when I answer something in a Facebook group and someone hovers over my profile, I'll show you this in a moment, then people can see that I'm a coach, that I help with technology, that I help with resistance, that I have journals and notebooks. So that is one benefit, is that by creating a Facebook business page and listing it as your employer, then people can see what you do. Another benefit, and I just used this yesterday with someone that I network with, if you have a Facebook business page, other people can refer your business and share your Facebook business page, even if we're not in the same group. So this is how it happened. I was in my neighborhood Facebook group where we say things like, did anyone hear that loud noise? And what's the traffic holdup on this street nearby, right? It's all neighborhood related. And someone in my neighborhood group said, does anyone know a mobile notary? I do know 2 mobile notaries. So I thought, oh, let me go in and drop their business pages and then she can choose. Well, the first notary that I thought of, I immediately found her Facebook business page because she had it listed as her employer. And so I could just copy that page and paste it in the group. I didn't have to go out and look for her website. It all stayed within the Facebook family. And my neighbor contacted her and hired her. Boom, right? The other notary, I couldn't find her pages easily. I was prepared to post both business pages of both notaries and let my neighbor choose, but I couldn't post both because I could not find the other notary's business page as easily. So I just left one, and she's the one who got hired. The notary doesn't live in my neighborhood and isn't in my neighborhood's Facebook group. I was still able to post and tag her Facebook business page, and she got the business. So like the metaphor of the big building, you get the legitimacy of having a presence on Facebook. So if I am looking for someone and I find them on Facebook and then I think, oh, let me see if they have a business page, and they don't, I wonder why not? I wonder, is this only a part-time thing for them? Are they not serious? Are they hiding something from an employer? You know, it causes me to question the legitimacy just a little bit if they don't have that Facebook presence. And a bonus, which isn't even part of all of this, because having a Facebook business page gives you the Creator Studio, the back end, and that lets you pre-schedule posts in both Facebook and Instagram. So that way your Facebook business page doesn't have to be empty and outdated. You can pre-schedule a bunch of posts, and then they'll just show up when you want, and you don't have to continue to keep that page updated on your own. So let me show you some examples of what I'm talking about, just so you can get a visual. So here's me in I have a lot of notifications there. Here's the networking group that I love and am a member of, 7 Networking. Maybe you've heard me talk about it. Maybe you're a member as well. Yesterday at 3:50 p.m., I posted this photo with my own little comment. Maybe someone saw it in the group. There's hundreds of people in this group, so maybe they don't all know me personally. And if they hover over, you see my job title is Tech Coach, Teacher, Tutor at Release Tech Resistance. So if they click on that, I'll just open it in a new tab here, they get to my Facebook business page right there. So I'm logged in here. It's showing me my view, but they would get their view, right? And they can also see that I also have a second employer listed, that I am a resistance coach, podcast host, and journal creator at Release Your Resistance. That is an old Facebook business page that I had in the past. Long story, but I just kept it there because it is still relevant, even though I don't have access to update that page anymore. That's why I created a new one. So that's how it looks for me. I'll show you another example from inside of 7 Networking. Here is a post from Colleen. She is the notary who I was just talking about. So I was easily able to find her and find her job and her Facebook business page. When I opened that in a new link and went to it, I was able to just grab that so easily, right? And then I was able to go back into my neighborhood group and post it. And it just made it so easy for everyone involved. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Do you need a Facebook business page? I think you do. Do you need a Facebook group? Maybe not. That's up to you. And I think it's worth it, even if Facebook isn't actively showing it to anyone else. So what can you do next? Go in and check out your own profile. See who you have listed as your employer. And if you work for a company, and I see this a lot with realtors, they might list the brokerage business page, but then they don't have any control over what's posted on that page, what the calls to action are to the potential clients. So if you're a realtor or anyone working for a larger group or a larger company, I still think it's worth it for you to have your own business page that you get to update with your personal contact information and your personal posts that align with what you do. So just double check, can people research you if they notice you in a group? What would they find out about you if they saw an answer to a question that you posted in a group? And I can help you with this one-on-one in 2 different ways. You can either join me tomorrow on Zoom for business brainstorming and tech tips. And you can see all the information about how to join the Zoom either in the business brainstorming and tech tips events tab or on my website at bexby.org/let's-meet. And of course, if you want one-on-one help, you can hire me as your coach. That way we can work on it together at your pace, specifically on the things that you are personally interested in, and you can get all the tech help and tech coaching and tech tutoring that you need. Thank you for watching. I'll talk with you later.